A winter day, the Catawba River, flat as a mill pond, not a bit of current. Cold water, definitely cold water. And the sun getting ready to go down. This is one of those times when you just realize, man, the world is beautiful. And taking the time to stop and slow down and listen to the water, listen to the world, the air, the blue sky talk to you. This is when you hear God's voice. I keep saying everything is spiritual, and I really believe that's absolutely true. Everything's theological. And it's when I'm on the water like this, whether it's fly fishing or paddling my kayak or just sitting on the shore watching that magnificent Carolina sun in the middle of winter, you know, bleed into the twilight sky. How can we look at the world around us and just say it's by accident? And a lot of people say that. I realize that. I don't understand how anybody can truly think that. It's too grand, even our part of it. I mean, looking ahead, the Callens Ford Dam, from a perspective most people never see. That is from way down, lower than the level of Lake Norman on the other side of that dam, right here sitting on top of the water. How few people ever see and appreciate that even in something that's made of concrete and steel, we can see beauty. It allows Scripture, the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof. It allows that to take on a whole new meaning when we think of some of those words, and we do so in the context of a place like this, or any place on the water. This is just convenient for me. This is like one of Judy and my given practice areas. When the water is higher than it is now, and the drought is so evident here, and there's actually a current running, this is a great place to practice strokes and eddy turns and things like that. But even when you can't do that, when you're just sort of, you know, getting your hands wet and being on the water just to change your perspective and sort of cleanse out some of the non-stop stuff from a week that's been busy already. How can someone look at this, be a part of this, and say it's just an accident? I confess, I don't understand that. I probably never will. And it makes it difficult for me at times to speak with people who claim to be agnostic or atheist, because it's not that I'm animalistic to them. It's not that they irritate me or anything like that. Some do, for certain. It's that we have no common denominator. It's as if we almost can't speak to one another because our worlds are so different. I can't wrap my head around the idea that some people can look at God's creation and not see that it begs us to consider God's existence. Creation not only implies a creator, I believe creation demands a creator. And I don't mean the fundamentalists wrote, you've got to believe it all happened in 7 24-hour days. I don't. And the fundamentalists that hold to that make me crazy. It also doesn't mean that I have to disavow the fact that evolution is a given. It's not just a theory like some people say. There's far too much evidence and proof that shows it. But even in all of that, in ways we may not fully understand, may never fully understand the side of heaven, can you not look at this and see a glimpse of the one who created it? Some people can, apparently. And I don't understand that. Not at all. It's a different language, a foreign language to me.